All right, so I was finally able to get back up live, folks. Thank you. The feeds for everybody went down. I was up for an hour and a half on the multicast. When I was in the middle of that, nothing was happening. There was a lot of cheering as the attendees of the free speech rally. So there was no feeds coming out of the park. I heard Fox News was reporting there was a violent protest. This is not. It was tens of thousands and a couple dozen. There was at one point a crowd gathered around one gentleman that was trying to cause trouble inside the crowd of counter violence that Fox fake news is reporting is all bullshit. They took the opportunity as the feeds went down to craft their narrative. Leaving the park. Rally attendees and speakers who nobody heard speak have been escorted away. Sorry, I'm hearing there was bad feedback. I think I just fixed that. I had to reset everything, so that's why the broadcast started up here pretty poorly. I apologize. All right, I hope the feed is stable, everyone. Don't let the Fox News narrative get out there. I am hearing it's just on the other side of the park here, probably where they attend get out there. I am hearing it's just on the other side of the park here, probably where the attendees or Ustream multicast, but when there's hardly any data getting out, it is the easiest stream of the bios of the channels that you're watching. URL RebZ.tv. RebZ.tv. We'll take you to my Facebook page. I know you don't like Facebook. And again, everyone, corporate America, even the my live video that captured the terrorist incident. And this keeps me completely independent and free to stream like I want to stream. Let's see here. Helps. You guys help me out in Charlottesville, and you guys getting covered here will help me get to wherever I need to be next. I appreciate it. Again, the free speech rally attendees were escorted out by the police. It was couldn't connect. I had to get out of the crowd to try to establish a connection. Ahead of me here, I do see some bike officers biking over there fast. other protesters chanting the free speech rally attendees. A half hour or more ago, but people have been blocking the roads so they couldn't leave for quite a while. So any violence that was people chanting, make them walk, they shouldn't get a police ride escort. They want to come out here and dribble their hate and walk out here and walk back out. They know they can't do that because nobody wants to hear what they have to say.
Thank you.
Are paid shills from independent right-wing media who don't believe a goddamn thing they say. They're manipulating the troll. Arrest being made now. Arrest.
Back up, back up, back up, back up.
Out of camera range. Sir, you can't block me from documenting this. Sir, you can't block me from documenting this.
Step over it, just over here.
I need to be able to document this, sir. See, that needs to be documented for the public, sir.
Only black people, you notice? I know. Only. Nazis get to go.
Smile straight out, you're walking.
A dozen arrests made after the free It took them quite a while to get out of here. They had left the rotunda. More police escort chanting that they
I don't have a dick, but I'm literally bullshit. Our police department have Nazis, have all the stuff that we fighting Trump about.
What do you think made us come out here today?
My love for the my love for the black. I worry about them. We did this in the '60s. They aren't. They aren't. They're very.
How typically does the police force handle the African American community in this town?
They don't. It's like all over.
What about the black citizens of this city? How are they treated by the police department?
My roommate was beaten up. They confiscated his shoes and his wallet. It took him 18 months for him to get his fucking license back because the system. You know, thankfully,
right? I know that.
You know, I got a friend who's a lawyer who got him.
Riot squad. There was no even police squad.
That being said, there's lots of good cops out there too.
Of course.
All the bad activity. Have police officers that are very, very bad. Screening just for racism alone on our police force because it's there. And you know what else is there? The people in jail on one job, so the more they arrest, the more money they can pay out.
Right.
From your dollars that were
here since 9 a.m.
This is
or with the march since 9 a.m.
in my 60
I've seen dozens of Antifa flags. Not a single weapon. Not a single fucking weapon from any Antifa.
They're coming out with batons.
You see the images that I'm getting texts about on Fox News about violent protesters walking through the streets? It's bullshit.
All the live feeds went down, and then all of a sudden Fox started reporting all that shit. Like, trying to escort the attendees out of the rally.
I saw that everybody rush over, so I came over.
Like about a half an hour ago, just
So basically, right.
I hate to say it like that, but
listen, right. I saw a bunch. There's a lot of clergy and religious. Make sure the march didn't come over here, and then they want their they want their permit to express their free speech. Well, we have our right to express our free speech.
So
let them walk the streets. We're not here to hurt them physically. We're here to hurt them emotionally and so I can't have Nazis walking down the street. Whether it's my Jewish brothers and sisters, my Islamic brothers and sisters, my black brothers and sisters. It's
at our color, he looks at our soul.
Yeah.
He looks at our soul.
It's bullshit.
And we all have to unite.
Tea, okay?
Why do they get police escorted?
Well, I'll say this: at every Black Lives Matter protest I've been at, the only out. I don't know. Take that.
Let me say,
I'm a wandering, streaming nomad. It's live right now.
Let me just say, there was a lot of.
So do you have a site we can go on?
Yeah.
Have been amazing support for us. I shook their hands. I smiled at them. They smiled at me, even though I had my face covered. Inciting violence. That's bullshit. Because I have fucking neo-Nazis commenting on my fucking personal Instagram page because I put up a flag. on social media, of course I'm going to cover my fucking face.
Right.
You kidding me?
I had to take an extended leave for my job because they're trying to find out where I work right now.
It's bullshit. It's fucking bullshit. You know? Fucking, I'm wearing a mask. They can carry their...
Will do is use video like mine to falsely incriminate people,
right,
by going after the video evidence afterwards. So when people say, what do they have to hide, it's hiding from the state, it's hiding from facial recognition. Not that they're intending to do crime, it's that some people get pinned for things they didn't do.
Can you turn your camera right up there? That right there. That right there is why I'm not wearing a mask right now. That right fucking there.
Facial recognition.
Facial recognition.
It's all hooked up.
So stay safe, stay peaceful.
Thanks for talking to me, guys. I really appreciate it. Local.
Peach, I'm not going to say if anybody, but God got the last say.
RebZ.tv.
Do you just befriend anybody?
Yeah, well, you can follow any of my channels. Yeah. I get donations from my viewers, like they keep me, people like you that keep me in.
So I need to contact trying to make it better.
I'm also on Facebook, Twitter, Periscope.
So they already left, so everything is over, right?
Yeah, they've already been escorted away.
They didn't even stay up for that. We served up.
Yep, I didn't hear from me. They might have spoke out to their own live
God bless
stream.
you. I'm going to be donating to this site.
Well, just being out here is enough. I appreciate it. I don't think so. There was a bunch of fake things going out there from Fox and some alt-right sites.
This was her personal friend who lives here who said.
Yeah, but they're hearing a lot. I got some personal friends
they're getting the same thing
out there. And a lot of our data, live streams all went down when we were in the park for like half an hour, and people were using that opportunity to put false rumors out there.
So
there was a scuffle over here because they were escorting out the free speech rally attendees. We'd still be smelling, like, I'm not seeing anybody affected by pepper spray or smelling it in the air or anything, nothing like that. Even the way the cops are acting, no. I mean, I'm not going to say 100%. We're organizing a strategic retreat after the free speech rally. Attendees have been escorted out of here. There was a handful of arrests. People were blocking the road, trying to not let the police escort of the couple dozen free speech attendees leave, chanting they should walk, they should use the public transportation. Again, I pointed out the only escort police ever give to a Black Lives Matter protest is to jail, so just gonna throw that out there.
Some police vans.
There are a lot of people here. It's the right way to go.
Police bringing in a front-end loader for some reason. Unsure at this time.
Same one on my cousin's Chuck E. Cheese birthday party. You see it?
It seemed like a little bit much force to me. There were like 6 police officers logged in.
Presence here, a payloader just moved through the intersection and is now parked here. But the crowd just seems to be observing what's going on.
All right, again, thanks for joining me, everyone here in Boston. Here's the 4 links if you're having trouble with any of the stream and Periscope live at the moment.
Okay, open up the street, guys. Open up. Open up the street.
I'll give you guys they're clearing the street. I'll give you guys a recap in just a moment here.
At Western Tremont Street, so that again restricts access. You see the police bicycle unit is now sort of blocking the road.
Watch out, watch out. Step back, step back.
And they're trying. Yeah, no, we are. Crowds are there. See, now they're trying to get some traffic through here as well as these sort of back up just a little bit. See some back up. You can see they're trying to move some of the traffic sort of back up along the That'll get the traffic flowing.
All right, so thanks everyone for dealing with the technical difficulties. Earlier I was up live on all 4 channels for about an hour and a half or more, and then pretty much the entire park turned into a dead zone for cell reception. All live feeds were going down from what I'm hearing, or barely getting out. I couldn't even pull up Twitter on my other phone. So during that half hour of blackout when I was trying to get back up live, not much happened. There was one small, tiny scuffle in the park when a pro-free speech rally guy tried to troll the crowd, and he got escorted out of there. Nothing happened. And then there was a large cheer from the crowd, and I realized that it was the free speech attendees being escorted out of the rotunda. Counter-protesters were blocking the street because police were trying to get them out of here in police vans, a good dozen police vans or so. And protesters were blocking all the streets, so it took them a good 45 minutes or more to get the free speech rally attendees out of here in police vans. Police did make a handful of arrests that I saw, at least 5 or 6 over there. I think they basically clear everybody out of the street. Park. I mean, there's probably a couple thousand people lingering around. It is a Saturday in Boston, but most of the action translated out to here as times by counter-protesters. But they did finally leave, and police are now opening up the street. Police, for some reason, brought in, I'm going to try to zoom in on it, we really have no idea why. But again, thanks for staying patient through that data blackout. There's nothing I can do. When there's these big crowds, that usually happens, but not. The weird thing about today is that I was up perfect stream for an hour and a half in the middle of everything. Little choppy when I would walk through the crowd, but then all of a sudden we all lost our feeds simultaneously. I don't usually. You can never prove that you're being blocked. Or anything like that. Obviously, we know these cities use stingray devices. Typically, the scientific approach, it's usually just a lot of people in the park overcrowding the cell tower. But in this case, it does seem a little weird how, yes, I was having slight data issues here and there, but we all went down. I couldn't even get anything up or a tweet out. Everybody around me. I walked from one side of the park to another for a good 20, 30 minutes. Fortunately, I was finally able to get a stream up, and then I heard there were riot cops over here on the corner of Boylston, on the corner of the park here. And again, that was from the police trying to escort the free speech rally attendees out in police vans, and counter-protesters blocking, and many people on the sides chanting they should walk, take public transportation, you're going to come out here and spit that garbage, be proud and walk home. But alas. So again, very confused on why this they brought in this what's the front end loader for, guys? What's the front end loader for? I'm just curious. Oh, no, that makes sense. That's a good answer. Thank you. So apparently his answer of what the front end loader for was safety. So just a road blocking device, just like they have this big city dump truck right here, basically just to prevent vehicles from slamming through here. That actually makes a hell of a lot of sense. And in fact, the road, going back to Charlottesville, the road where I witnessed the terrorist attack and the murder of Heather Heyer, from what we're hearing, it was a mall one-way 15-mile-per-hour road that on any other given weekend, even a normal weekend when there's not a rally in town, they have it blocked off. But they didn't that time, and they had no cops around, knowing the violence that the Nazis had started earlier in the day. Blocking the street right here.
Are you comfortable walking over here?
You go, guys. All good.
Oh, fucking right in the pussy.
Maybe. So again, the massive violence that Fox News is reporting is absolutely false. There were a handful of arrests. The reports of mace, I've seen no signs of it, no reports from anybody that was on the ground, no free speech attendees and their police escort from leaving the area. and the crowd was chanting, "They should walk, they should walk." So it took a while. Those arrests were made, for what I'm gathering, in the police trying to clear the street so they could get the free speech attendees out of there. But from what I'm hearing, hundreds of people took the streets to try to stop that escort. That's when I was dealing with technical issues in the park when all of our streams were down, and I heard a big cheer from the crowd, and I noticed there was nobody in the rotunda. The police were escorting them away, or at least trying. But then, like I said, a lot of people ran over to block the police escort from trying to get them out of here, chanting, "Make them walk." Not threatening violence, chanting, "Make them walk," so they can air their horrible ideas out in the public.
Okay.
All right, and as you could hear, the riot squad, they were laughing after they had just been called in to clear the streets. No injuries on their end. You could tell by their attitude, nothing happened over there that Fox News is reporting. Possibly a small scuffle or two, and then the arrests from people blocking the street. Only instance I witnessed in the park, it was quite a ways from me, but some troll went into the crowd of thousands and started heckling people, and they got a big crowd circled around. I didn't see any fights or anything, but they got chased out of the park real quick. But that was the only instance, and it was from some idiot going into a crowd of thousands trying to taunt them. So if Fox News is using that, then well, plus I'm sure that dude was a plant. You know, that's what he wanted. And then to try to get it on video and say the whole day was violent, because that's what they do. But thousands of Boston residents and people from all over making a stand today against the alt-right hate. What was that, man? Why would you say that on camera? Because it's funny? You think abusing a woman's funny? What's that?
It could be consensual.
But you know it's not when you're implying that, dude. Because it comes from Donald Trump talking about it not being consensual. Don't play around it. You came up to my camera and said grab her by the pussy.
I said fucking pussy like the guy in Detroit.
Why would
Out loud, dude. You said it 3 times. Say it to this guy right here. Say it.
It's to me, buddy.
Say it, what you just said to my camera.
Fuck it right in the pussy?
No, you said grab her by the pussy, dude.
Rewind back. And listen to me.
It's okay.
what you say?
No, they say this bullshit and then they get caught.
Watch the tape.
He thinks I'm molesting little girls, okay, but you know, then he backs down. He goes right to the camera and says it, and then he backs down. It's live. That's rolling. No, call them fucking out. We don't. But when a good-hearted citizen hears you say that kind of thing in public, they're going to call you out from now on. And I hope you people at home take that advice. You got to pick your battles. You can't waste your energy on everything. But when your gut's telling you not to remain silent, you call an idiot out. First he tried to troll me with the whole news fucker in the pussy thing, then he said grab her by the pussy, referring to Donald Trump.
That's all I'm going.
Again, things have calmed down. Streets are open once again. Only smell in the air is sage at the moment.
To the point where when they came, they shut it down.
So again, a recap of events. I got to the park around 10:30 or so. There were thousands already in the far corner of the park across from the State House, where many activists and organizers were having speakouts. Walked to the other side of the park where there were even more thousands. I was estimating at least 10,000. James from the Internet estimates at least, he heard from a media source, about 15,000 or more in the park. All here to counter-protest the free speech rally that was in the rotunda, the Shell. There's a couple dozen of them in there with a police fence a good football field length away from the crowd to the rotunda. We don't know if they spoke or what happened. They were in there for a little while. Then as all of our live feeds went down, heard a big cheer from the crowd. That was because they were leaving. So I thought I missed it. I was trying to get back up live again just to show nothing was happening in the park. And then I hear riot cops are over here in this corner on Boylston. What it was is they were trying to escort in police vans the free speech attendees. And counter-protesters were taking to the streets to block the escort and chanting they should walk. So that blocked things up here for a good half hour or more. About a handful of arrests were made. I saw at least 5 with my own eyes. I didn't see any signs or reports of pepper spray or anything else being used. So all those reports out there are completely unconfirmed. Again, when the feeds went down, nothing was happening. There was no violence happening. It was literally just people trying to block the police escort. All the attendees were safely inside police vans. They were just on the street blocking the cars. The police quickly got them out of there once they brought the riot cops in. Police held the street for not long, and then they opened the street back up. Riot cops, jovially, you saw me march with them back to their bus. They're all bussed back up. They were laughing, no injuries on their part, which just shows there wasn't really anything going on. Just a small scuffle, just people trying to make their stand as the free speech attendees were being escorted out of the park. Yeah, hey, what's up, Shay? How you doing, brother?
Doing good. Were you in that?
I got here late. I saw like the handful of arrests they had over here.
Oh, dude, they fucked us all the way like 3 blocks back that
They
way.
did what?
They just like kept swinging the fucking sticks and like ramming us with the
cops?
bikes. Like 3 blocks that.
Do you mind if I get this on camera, Shay?
Sure.
So you were at the end of the scuffle when police were first on the street here.
I got here when the van started to move, and all the cops in the riot suits just started beating people and just like knocking us further and further back that way. They just had all the state police in riot gear, and they just came out swinging. Like there was one dude in the street just fucking swinging.
So yeah, I didn't see any of that. I was way over here. They were laughing by the time the riot cops go over here. So on your side over there is where he's saying, just about a half block back or so, or
it was like 3 blocks back.
Like 3 blocks back. Wow.
Yeah.
That's how far back people were that cops were trying to push out of the way.
Well, yeah, they just kept beating people until they just like started ramming people that way and driving the car straight out. And people were trying to block the car in front of it, and like 2 or 3 people almost got ran over by the front van. It got bad.
By the police van?
Yeah.
Did you get any of that on camera?
All of it.
All of it. All right. So Shay Horse on Twitter, folks.
Yeah.
Right.
At Hunted Horse on Twitter.
At Hunted Horse on Twitter.
My piece will be on the Ground Truth Project. You can find them on Twitter at Ground Truth. It'll probably be up tomorrow or Monday.
So guys, follow at Ground Truth, so you can catch Shay's report and hopefully some good pictures from the scene that I was not able to be at since I was over here. Thanks, Shay. That's why we got so many of us out here, so we can get the full story and the full picture out there.
Eyes everywhere, just like the state.
Appreciate it, man. This is another guy that's been hard at it since day one, since years ago, right? Like me and other people, just out, out in the streets trying to get the media done that the mainstream isn't. So I appreciate it, man.
Yeah.
And it was nice seeing you in Charlottesville, too. Nice finally meeting you, putting a face to the name.
Right, we keep running into each other in all of these states of emergency.
Right.
Is this a state of emergency yet? Or have
It's usually where I see most of my good friends. It's really sad.
See, I came here and people were like, oh, don't worry, Boston cops never show up in riot gear. The last time they did that was like 2004.
Well...
And I'm like, you know, I have a habit of when I show up, cops just change how they act. Same thing with DC and J20. The cops never use tear gas. Boom, boom, boom.
Again, thanks for updating us. Appreciate it. Right.
Because everyone was cheering, they marched back here. Well, I thought it was going to become like an FTP march when we got back here, but everyone just like dissipated because the cops actually did the smart thing and dispersed themselves.
Right.
Because like when after the band net, they all looked at everybody, just kind of like crowded up, and were just like ran away.
Now Shay makes a good point here. He said the cops did the smart thing and dispersed themselves, because you will notice how peaceful it got. Like once the cops were not beating people at this intersection, and once they just decided to leave, peacefully march away, and then everything returns to normal, as you can see here. As opposed to our experiences where the cops hold their ground and then start attacking people, and it just makes
things worse.
It makes things worse and exacerbates
exactly
the situation.
What happened on Inauguration Day. They popped off, they started abusing people, and then they made that whole war zone on K Street. Same shit happened here. Like, look, it's been like 10 minutes, and traffic's already slowly refilling. People are on the sidewalk and everything. Like, things return to normal when cops are not being dicks.
Right. So, on a serious note, my friend, you were in Charlottesville. Were you, I forget, I know I saw you right after the terrorist attack, but were you right there when it happened?
No, I was at the parking garage where DeAndre is.
So still not fast, or not far. Like
no, I got up there like 2 minutes later because I saw the
That's
car.
where we came from. We were trying to launch a drone on the top of the parking garage and couldn't,
right.
And that's the only reason I was down there.
Well, I was at the garage and I saw Field's car drive by, like me and a friend of mine, Daniel Schuler.
Like afterwards with the...
Yeah, with the fuck that fender.
You know Daniel Schuler?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I know from St. Louis. Yeah, he's a great guy,
Yeah, I was with him, and we saw the car scream past, and Dan just like head on swivel, runs to the sidewalk, and runs the other way. So I run after him, and we go down there, and we hear screaming, and I'm like, okay, so maybe the cops and like right-wingers or someone's fighting somebody. I go there, and I'm like, that's not like angry screaming, that's like, oh God, screaming. I go up, and this dude just like screams at me, he's like, dude, this car just came through, hit like fucking 20 fucking people. And it was just, you know, people on the ground. I saw like 2 or 3 people getting CPR, and I saw Heather on the ground. I mean, I think her blood was still there as of Monday.
I was there, I was there Monday, and it was, yes.
Yeah.
So how are you holding up?
I mean, good. It's not my first time seeing violence. You know, Ferguson, I covered the riots in Rio de Janeiro.
Well, yeah, I mean, yes, there's the journalistic numbness we get to be able to continue to do the thing, but you gotta have some down moments. Yeah. Like, how are you doing?
You know, just
had time to think of it or anything, or?
I think of it, but I try not to get caught in like the riptide of emotions where it becomes all very, very real really quickly.
Right. You got to let it out sometimes, though. Take it from me, you know.
Right, yeah.
But
you bottle up, you'll end up screaming at a bottle of whiskey at 4 in the morning.
You got to find a good balance. Surround yourself with good people.
Yeah.
You know, don't forget to when life gives you that opportunity to enjoy it, take it. That's what I've been trying to do over the last week. Just trying to enjoy the people that have been caring for me and the place where I live, and just trying to enjoy the few moments I can.
Actually,
you know,
this is a good thing. I actually got somebody's blood on me from that little scuffle. I noticed that afterwards. I just looked at my hand like, that's not mine.
From just now?
Yeah. Like there's people who were like thrown to the ground bloodied.
Well, you'll be happy to know the cops had no injuries.
Well, that's good.
And they were all laughing over there when they were busting up.
Well, yeah, they had all these older commander cops that were just laughing, telling people to fuck off or, you know, act right. I think one of the cops called somebody nigger or something, because it was an older black cop who did it. I'm just like, dude, you are making this worse.
Yeah, that's really not.
Literally, if you guys just wait here for 20 minutes, people would leave.
That's what, yeah. History proves that's what happens, or if they stand their ground and start beating people, it makes it worse.
Right, like every time they act out like that, it makes things worse. They never de-escalate.
But notice even in this instance where they were, as you're reporting, pushing people violently and swinging their clubs, notice the little bit of aftermath from that. There wasn't massive violence in the streets.
No.
You know?
I mean, really honestly, the only thing I saw fly through the air was a traffic cone, and
oh, no.
that's about it.
Oh no.
And it's a plastic traffic cone. Like, I've been hit and have a traffic cone with no helmet, and it was nothing. A dude in 87 pounds of riot gear probably didn't feel it. Because they were throwing photographers and other journalists down to the fucking ground and everything.
You got some good pictures of that?
Oh, yeah. Stephanie Keith, she was a photographer who just got rammed through the ground. Her elbows were bloodied.
Man.
Like, I'm really lucky they didn't, like, seriously injure somebody or instigate something worse.
We are very lucky about that.
Yeah. But they came here and I thought everything was done. And then people were like, hey, come to Boylston and Tremont. The cops are trying to move people out. And then, like, the state police show up out of nowhere. Because when I got here a few hours ago, the state police were in the Lewis Theater. That was their staging area. I think they were sitting in, like, a cool theater or something. And I kept seeing, like, why are you guys even here? This isn't the crowd of people who instigate violence or anything. Like, none of these people are trying to be violent. It wasn't Antifa people who were, like, trying to instigate. It was people of the community who were like, this is fucking wrong. These Nazis are fucking evil. Why are we having these people in our fucking city? Because there's a lot of dudes from, like, the hood who are like, dude, this is bullshit. Like, this free speech does not guarantee that you don't get smacked for the bullshit you say.
Well, that's consequences. I mean, free speech means the government can't tell you to not
right, the
go.
Government.
The government cannot tell you, do not go through the ghetto and scream the N-word as a white person. They can't tell you to do that. But if you actually do that, there's going to be some consequences for that. Or vice versa. If you're a black dude and you go through a trailer park and start calling everybody cracker, they might beat the crap out of you. I mean, because that's consequences.
Right.
You know, we like
doesn't...
getting arrested is a consequence of your free speech to do whatever you just did.
Right.
And that's where this whole conversation gets conflated. You know, it's not about governmental free speech. It's about if you're on a public square, or if you're in my house, or if you're in my job, or if you're my family member, you say some bullshit, I get to call you out on it.
Right, and these guys don't want to preach against free spaces, and they brought out, you know, half of Massachusetts state police to come protect their ass while they get driven away, like, you know, they're a fucking James Bond villain. You know, these dudes want to be like, oh, fuck these SGWs and fuck all these safe spaces. And I'm like, you guys cost like $100,000 to the city of Boston in 2 hours getting you to get away.
For like half a dozen people. Who, you couldn't see anybody. Who knows? That's the funny thing. Who knows who showed up? You know, whether Cassandra came out of hiding because she was fearing for her life or not. You know, I don't.
Right, Cassandra and Gavin were like,
right,
it's a trap, and I'm like, well, what was the trap? You guys got escorted out by like half the fucking state police.
Right.
Where was this trap? Is it somewhere I'm not seeing? Is it a trap us being beaten? Like, what is it? Because now I'm like, is it a double entendre? Or is it a trap for everyone who's against you guys to show up? What? Because you guys always know the cops will always protect you. Because, you know, they're on your side.
Exactly. Well, thanks, Shay. Thanks for giving us the report from the other side of the street where police were clearing out.
Yeah.
Can't wait to see those pictures. Where did you say it's coming out on again?
The Ground Truth Project. It's at Ground Truth on Twitter.
At Ground Truth. Check it out, and that should be out when, you said?
Probably tomorrow or Monday.
Hopefully tomorrow or Monday we'll see Shay's pictures, and can't wait to see him. Thanks again, man.
I'm also at Hunted Horse on Twitter if you want to follow me. I was live tweeting when the cops were trying to hit me over the head.
Yes, follow him at Hunted Horse on Twitter. He's, like I said, he's been added in the streets for years, and he's a great live tweeter, great photographer, and look forward to seeing your work, man.
Yeah, thanks, man.
All right, we'll see you soon, dude.
See you soon.
Somebody you know.
All right, I'm just taking a stretch, getting some water. I think things pretty much died down for now. All the attendees are out. Police have opened up the roadways again. Still a few hundred people or 1,000 in the park, but again, it's Saturday in Boston. The big march had already gotten here, so I'm pretty sure things are wrapping up for now. I'm going to stay live for just a moment while I try to get a hold of some people. Thank you again for joining me, everyone. Again, I'm 100% crowdfunded, completely by you since day one 5 years ago. I couldn't have been out here without your support in Charlottesville and helping me out, cover my costs, and also basically getting me here. And be looking for more of me on the streets now since I had to take an extended leave from my job due to trolls calling at my work. It just wasn't safe. Fortunately, my boss was understanding. And fortunately, it gives me enough time with the climate going on right now to be able to go where I need to go and stream what I need to stream for you guys. But it does rely on 100% on your support. Any amount helps. Even a couple dollars helps get me a meal while I'm out here, or anything over my expenses helps me get to the next place. So I appreciate it so much. Everyone who supported me financially and also just from watching, sharing the link, getting the word out, and just building up my stream for the last 5 years. I appreciate you all so much.
They just got on it because they just left.
And you're at what where are you at? Is it just outside the park? Okay, I'll find you. I just got to walk to the other side of the park. Cool. Be there in a second. Sounds good. I'll be right there. All right, everyone, stay with me. Just got reports. Unicorn Right reporter is on the other side of the park where the police just had to escort out a white supremacist protester. He said that wasn't the first one, so it appears there's more police activity on the other side of the park heading there now. So just stay with me. If the stream drops out, I'll try to get back up live as soon as possible. Okay. I'll check it out. I'm almost there, I think. All right, thanks. Yep. So I'm hearing where I'm heading to, the police have the steps blocked off from inside the park. You can't get in or out. Might be the intersection I'm approaching now.
What's he got on?
But wait, hold this. Can you hold this? That's like Daddy's mic. That's it. That's Leave now.
It's trolling. It's like trolling. But oh yeah, dude, if you're trolling in real life, you totally mean harm. Yeah, you never know, possibly. So this is definitely not where I was hearing there was an incident. Just basically trolls coming in the park at this point, trying to provoke the crowd. letting people in and out of the park on the steps that are Why are they blocking the steps off?
That's a good question. They were escorting.
That's what I heard. They were escorting some people out, right? Why are they still blocking the steps? What do you feel trying to troll the crowd or something? I'm using that word lightly, yeah. Yeah, so basically there were some people that tried to counter-protest the counter-protest in a large crowd, got escorted out by the police, and since then the police have blocked off the steps for people getting out of the park at this entrance or into the park. Hey. Okay, I'll find you. I'm coming to. I'm in the front of the crowd. I'll come find you. Okay. One tree that leaves turned yellow. I'll find it. Oh, pardon me here. Excuse me. Excuse me here.
I work outside all day and teach you. We're booting right now.
How the fuck are you live right now? No one can get a fucking signal. It must be your shit that you do.
Well, it went down for a half an hour, and then I went to the opposite end of the park, and I was able to get it back up again, and it's been up since.
Damn, yeah, I've just been having to push videos to our offsite team.
No, trust me, everybody, the entire park went black for like a half an hour. It was really weird. And that's right when Fox News was reporting all this violence was happening that was not happening, because all of our feeds went dead, so nothing was coming out of here. So I'm getting like messages like, you guys are getting maced right now? I'm like, no.
I heard that happened at the metro station right here, but it's over, whatever it was.
It wasn't much. I was just talking to Shay, who was over on the other end. People were getting pushed pretty violently, but it was like 3 blocks down.
Cool. Well, I'll let you keep streaming. I'll probably just sit here and drink water for a few. I got a bunch of good video. I think it's just a party now. We're in the Nazis out of town party.
I wasn't expecting to get back up, quite honestly. I thought it was down for the day.
Fuck it, I'll try to go up too.
Let's do it.
If I can go live, I'm just going to go do a quick recap.
What time did you get here after they had been escorted out?
I got here as they were getting escorted out. I was just kept hitting the go live button. So by the time I started just taking hard video, they were so far away I couldn't see them. I saw it.
Oh, you didn't see it, but I don't know if you noticed when they before that, when they were in their speak out, you know, when they were speaking, like they were all good football fields away from the crowd. They had that.
All right, I'm gonna try this.
All right, folks, Unicorn Riot is on the scene. He was having problems getting his live feed up like most of us today, but he's going to try giving give them a like, and if you don't support Collective, tax-deductible donations, they do amazing work. It's a group that started off all volunteer. They're just now basically have some expenses to be able to travel and cover these things, so please help them out if you can. They did fantastic work in Charlottesville. I couldn't have made it through without collaborating incident as quickly as we did if I didn't have the help of Unicorn Riot. So if you follow me and you don't follow them yet, please do. If you already follow them and me, we appreciate it. They're good people. And it's a testament to their model of independent media, nonprofit, of being able to collaborate with other nonprofit journalists on the ground seamlessly, since none of us really care that much about, you know, obviously link clicks to our page, obviously it helps, but since we don't get paid by the click, it makes it very easy to collaborate. It doesn't matter who, like if they put my video on their page, in the long run it doesn't matter because it's getting out there, and vice versa. So last week in Charlottesville was just a testament to independent, nonprofit media, citizen journalism. I've been encouraging people to start live streaming for years. Charlottesville, another testament to that, live video. The crash, the murder was up on the internet within minutes because the live stream's automatically saved. So news agencies were able to call me and get the rights to it immediately so they could basically burn it and throw it right up on there. So guys, this is Chris from Unicorn Riot.
Hey, what's up?
Again, this guy right here, just him personally, is a fantastic journalist. He's been through it all. He's seen everything. He was at Standing Rock. He bore through it with a bunch of the other Unicorn Riot Collective. I was just mentioning your donation link to my stream. How do they donate to you guys?
You can go to our website, unicornriot.ninja. There's a tab there that says support our work. It has links to, you can do one-time or recurring online donations. We have an Amazon wish list for like journalism gear too. Yeah, we tried to go live here for y'all today. Somehow Z's got it figured out where I don't know what he's doing. He's live. I've been pushing go live all morning and I just can't, but I got a bunch of video of some pretty crazy moments that we're going to try and get up for you as soon as possible, so check our Twitter handle at @UR_ninja. But yeah, thanks Z for going live. I don't know what wizardry you were able to pull off with. I'm jealous.
It's a big like piecemeal like system that I got going here. Somehow I got it up going. But again, donate to Unicorn Riot. They've done fantastic work Standing Rock, before in Minneapolis too, and everything in between, Charlottesville and now here. And those one-time or those recurring donations, even if it's just $1 a month, how much does that help?
I mean, it helps a huge amount because it helps us budget for the future. We can plan, you know, subscriptions for different software we have to use. We can plan trips months in advance to go cover things like this or things like Standing Rock. And right now, basically, we're just hard at work going over. We got leaked the full contents of several chat. New leaks coming out. Look out for those. We just published a bunch of screenshots yesterday that you can go through for yourself. A bunch of raw data.
To it, sir.
Yeah,
again,
have some more out for you in the coming days.
Non-stop. I shacked up in a hotel with them in Charlottesville, and these guys are basically on their computers getting 2 hours of sleep. Any financial compensation except travel expenses. So please support their hard work. Those ongoing contributions, even if they're small, really help them out. Just like your donations to me help me out and keeps us out here, keeps independent, nonprofit media getting you the news that you want to see. Thanks, Chris, for talking to us. Again, thanks for joining me on whatever channel you're watching right now. It's got to be one of these four. I was able to multicast again today for most of it, for at least the first hour and a half this morning. Then there was a big blackout here. So I appreciate whatever platform you're watching on. Thank you. And you can check out if you get a problem with your feed whenever you're watching me, as long as I'm multicasting, you can check out any of these feeds here. So if you're watching on Periscope and you want to check out my Facebook page, it'll take you right to there. All right, so another recap here. Let me put that in the background there. All right, so here in Boston, got here about 10:30 or so. There were thousands of people in the park across from the State House over here. A lot of people giving speak-outs. Listened to those for a little while. Made my way to the opposite end of the park where I heard the Shell was at, where the free speech attendees were going to give their speak-out. Many more thousands of counter-protesters over there. I stopped counting at about 10,000. James from the internet said his media source estimated about 15,000. We'll probably hear more concrete numbers later. So as I got over there, I noticed the rotunda where the free speech rally attendees were having their gathering. A couple dozen of them maybe. Was completely cordoned off by police. The good football field's length in between counter-protesters and where they were having their rally. So I don't even know if they had it, I don't know if they spoke, I don't know who was there. I know Joe Biggs and my good friends Joe Biggs and Cassandra Rules were supposed to be there. I was actually looking forward to having some face-to-face conversations with them, but that didn't pan out, sadly. So that's right about the time, maybe around noon, just after noon, 12:30. My live feed went down, everybody's live feed went down, couldn't even get tweets out for a good about a half hour. And that's right when there was a small scuffle in the park. One counter-protester trying to troll the crowd, got escorted out of here real quick, nothing major happened. And as I was still trying to get my live feed up, I heard this large roar from the crowd coming from over here. And that was as the rally attendees were being escorted out of the park. By the time I got my feed up, they were gone. There were still some people in the park. It was a more jovial atmosphere. There's still thousands of people here now. And then I got word that there were riot cops on the street over by the transit station over there. Made my way over there, caught about the last half of it. What was happening is that police were trying to escort the free speech rally attendees away in police vans, about a dozen of them or so, and counter-protesters were blocking the street, chanting, "Make them walk." I talked to my buddy Shay, who was at the far end of that. He said about 3 blocks down, where cops came out swinging batons, throwing photographers to the ground. Obviously, so any violence that happened today was on the side of the cops. To a lot of journalists, from what I'm hearing, over while people were trying to block the police escort. Again, chanting, "Make them walk" to the attendees of the free speech rally. Now, one of the police actually did de-escalate that situation once they got the attendees out of there. 10 minutes later, the police were gone. They de-escalated, they got out of there, and everything returned to normal. And that's what we've always said all this time. Once police ramp things up and continue to aggravate, that's when things turn violent. And it's always the police starting it. Fortunately, the Boston police made a wise decision. Got the people out of there, made about a handful of arrests, about 5 or 6, and then hightailed it out, which completely brought the energy of the crowd much more calm. There's, like I said, at all corners of the park, there's hundreds of people still gathering and chanting. As you can see behind me here, there was, from what I'm hearing, there was a couple white supremacist trolls, counter-protesters coming in here trying to aggravate the crowd. They got escorted out by police, and then the police blocked off the steps getting in and out of the park right behind me here. Even though you can get in and out at any other corner of the park. And the police still have those steps blocked off. I don't know why. So now the cops are just standing there, counter-protesters chanting Black Lives Matter right now. And that's where we're at. The free speech rallies are far out of here. At this point, it's just random trolls every once in a while at various points trying to come in and start things with the people. But typically people not letting it happen and them getting escorted out here real quick. So that's where we're at. Still thousands of people here in the park in Boston. People still chanting.
upside down.
That gentleman I'm focusing on, he came in to ask the crowd why they hate Donald Trump, and they're talking to him about it right now.
Keep it peaceful, 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 keep it peaceful.
They're actually shaking hands and hugging as he leaves right now. He came in and asked a legitimate question. Why do you hate Donald Trump? And the people he was around answered him, and they had a conversation about it. He didn't come in here trying to intimidate the crowd or troll the crowd. Even if that was intent, he did it in a way where he asked a question, and not a bullshit troll question either, just a general question. He's still in the crowd there. He was shaking hands with people he was talking to. Yep.
This is what democracy looks like. This is what democracy looks like. This is what democracy looks like. Tell me what democracy looks like. This is what democracy looks like. Tell me what democracy looks like. This is what democracy looks like. Tell me what democracy looks like. This is what democracy looks like. Tell me what democracy looks like. This is what democracy looks like. Tell me what democracy looks like. This is 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 what democracy looks like.
All right, I am going to take the feed down here, folks. take a little break. If I need to go back live, I will. It seems like today, for the most part, is over, at least for right now. The free speech rally attendees are gone. It's just a few gatherings of a few hundred to 1,000 in little pockets around the park. Again, here there was some commotion because there were some people trying to come in and troll the crowd and initiate things. Good note is the last guy we saw come in actually just asked, "Hey, why do you guys hate Trump?" And the crowd started talking to him. They had a conversation. They even shook hands and hugged on his way out. So he got his answer through a conversation. He didn't come in like some of the others that had come into the crowd to try to just say some racist bullshit or try to instigate the crowd. So I'll give props to him. I guess that's how it's done. Come have conversations with people. If you have a legitimate question and you're not just trying to spin a narrative, I will say. So that doesn't always apply. But thank you guys for tuning in. My PayPal link is here at the bottom. I couldn't come out here without you guys supporting me in Charlottesville and in Standing Rock and everything in the past. So thank you very much. You guys were able to help me recoup my expenses last weekend from Charlottesville and have a little bit extra to get out here. And since I'm out of work now, since I had to take a leave of absence, trolls trying to find my work, it gives me the time to be out here for you guys now, but I'm going to need your donations to be able to go where I need to go, and I rely on you guys even to tell me where I need to go. I do rely on your input of what's coming up, what needs to be covered, what you want heard. Also, Chris from Unicorn Riot just showed up a few hours ago. They are on the scene. They did fantastic in Charlottesville. Couldn't have done it without them. Collaboration between them and our friend Wes and some other independent non-commercial media is what got the job done, got the truth out there of what happened within minutes of the terrorist incident. So I thank them. We're like family now. So if you don't support me, support Unicorn Riot, support your other favorite citizen journalist, non-profit journalist out there who's bringing the truth to you. Please, whether it's not financially, give them your support with a positive comment, with a retweet, with sharing their link, because we couldn't do it without you, and we're here for you. It's a group effort, all of us together. So thank you so much, everyone. Again, here are my 4 feeds, so just so you have those locked down. When I'm multicasting, you can find me on any of these 4 feeds like I was earlier this morning and this afternoon. Fortunately, I was able to figure that out last weekend, and I got it pretty seamless now. It's a little bit of a complicated rig to be able to do it. Takes a little bit more time to get up live, but it definitely helps out. So I'm going to bring the stream down now. If I need to go up live, just pay attention to my feed. Pay attention to Revolutionary_Z on Twitter and Facebook. Those are my 2 main sources of getting up-to-the-minute news. Definitely follow me on Twitter if you want what's going on minute to minute. That's what that source is for, and that's what I usually comment on the most. So that's at Revolutionary_Z. Should be in the description of whatever channel you're watching me on right now. Again, thank you for your support out here in Boston. So from Boston, this is Revolutionary Z. For now, I'm out, going to take a break, get something to eat, connect with some of my other media friends here, see what they've heard, see if there's anything I need to pump out from their end, and just rest up in case I need to be out in the streets again today. But looks like it may be calmed down, just a few hundred to a few thousand people in the park still. But again, if there's anything going on this evening, pay attention to my feeds. I will let you know, and I will go live. I'll be here through tomorrow. So you can contact me if you have any information. Thank you very much. And I will see you guys very soon. Let me just... On the internet. What's that?
Is that WIFI?
It uses Wi-Fi, yeah.
I would love to drink more water, however.